There are multiple ways to document HPI. The most commonly used method is selecting the problem off of the problem list, and that adds it to our visit. Oftentimes the HPI window will open automatically for you when you select it. But you can also click on the history button next to the problem. That opens up the HPI window on demand, and then the HPI gets documented in your note. So we will just add a few things here. We'll say he exercises moderately for 15 minutes, 4 days a week. Click Save. That puts it in our note there. So we can document HPI. The most common way to do it is by clicking on the history button next to the problem. We also can document HPI based on symptoms. So if I click on the HPI form, that gives me a multi-page form with various symptoms. So if I say sinus pain here, and then I can document my HPI for sinus pain without selecting a problem. We'll say that this has been going on for 3 weeks. At onset, it was came on gradually, and symptoms are worse at night. All right, so now that documents in my note that way. When I do it based on a complaint, however, at some point I'm actually going to link a specific problem to that. So at some point I still have to diagnose it, and so now I'm going to say it's sinusitis chronic. And when I do that, it gives me a window and says, hey, you've already documented HPI based on a complaint. Is this problem that you're selecting related to this? And if it is, it's going to merge them. So I want to make sure I do that. Go ahead and click OK, and then all of that remains the same. And if I look at my note, you can see that it changed the diagnosis to chronic sinusitis, but the HPI remained the same. And then finally, if you don't want to do a problem-specific HPI or a complaint-based HPI, you can just open up the HPI form in free text, and whatever you type here is going to go in the note. Now, most commonly, this is used for providers that don't care about having problem-specific HPI. In other words, if I've got 5 problems and I just want a single paragraph to list all of the HPI for all of the problems, then that would be how we would do that. Now, if you do that, if you generally don't do problem-specific HPI, notify support, because a lot of this can be turned off, so it can be configured exactly the way you do it.